All right, let's take a live look at downtown Fort Smith. Pretty nice night out there to enjoy the Labor Day weekend. Meteorologist Robert Suhr joining me again here in studio. Yeah. So, Robert, a lot of people will be headed back to school or work tomorrow, and maybe they're thinking, what does the rest of the week look like? Rain chances, cooling off at all?
Yeah, I wish we were cooling off. It's going to take us till the end of the week to really start to cool off. Rain chances, hit or miss. So really not a bad week, but it'll be a warm week, folks, which we're going to talk about here. We'll show you Fayetteville right now. We got up to 91 degrees, well above the average of 85, which is where we should be for this time of the year. Record 103 set back in 1998. Meanwhile, in Fort Smith, it was also a warm day. Now, we didn't get to 100 degrees today like we did yesterday, but 97 is still no picnic either. Well above that average, which is continuing to come down now. We should be in the upper 80s for our average here sooner than later, probably over the next week or so. But you can see our temperatures over the next 5 days. We'll be on the warm side. It won't be until we get toward the weekend. That's when things will finally start to cool down to where we should be for this time of the year. More average numbers in the mid-80s in northwest Arkansas and around 90 in the River Valley. But before then, mid to upper 90s in the River Valley, flirting with 100. Now, heat indices will probably be above 100, what it feels like, but still, it's going to be warm. And thanks to the pattern that we're dealing with right now, that jet stream still well entrenched, and that's what's keeping us warm. But a front could clip us as we get toward Wednesday, which I'll show you here in just a second. Right now, upper 70s and lower 80s for northwest Arkansas, mid 80s on average in the River Valley. It's warm, it's muggy, it's a little bit on the miserable side, not the best sleeping night, I should say. A lot of rain here in the Mississippi Valley up toward the Boot Hill Plateau of Missouri through Cape Girardeau, but we just got barely clipped by this earlier this afternoon. Right now, mostly clear and dry skies for our area. Those clouds will continue to pull away with that system. Tomorrow morning, a secondary system way up near the Kansas-Oklahoma border could try to toss a couple of sprinkles across Benton and Carroll County. Really no big deal. We should be dry for most, if not all, of your Tuesday. Then we'll have that front approach as we get toward the second half of Tuesday. And by Tuesday night, it could be tossing a couple of showers and storms our way. But most of that activity should be through and over with by the time many of you are heading to work or school by Wednesday morning. Then the winds will turn around out of the north and might start to cool us down a little bit. 70s tonight with a few upper 60s, and then plenty of 90s for tomorrow. Get ready to sweat, unfortunately. No fall temperatures anytime soon. They'll come eventually, I promise. We're watching for rain and storms early Wednesday morning, and then maybe a couple of hit or miss storms Thursday and Friday. Weekend looks much more comfortable and cooler in northwest Arkansas, as well as in the River Valley, guys. But still, we're not worried about any severe weather Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, but just hit or miss nuisance type showers and thunderstorms.
All right, thank you, Robert. Summer not going away just quite yet. In fact, families lined up at the Rogers Aquatic Center today before it opened. It's actually the last pool day before it closed for the summer season.
We figured it was gonna, be in the last day and everybody being off. It would probably fill up pretty quick. So trying to get a spot, ahead of time.
We're anticipating some big crowds. It's the last day of the season. Last day for people to use their splash passes up. Last hurrah, the unofficial end of summer.
And we know Parrot Island in Fort Smith also celebrated its last day of summer as well. But we should mention the splash pads in Fort Smith. There are a handful of them, are going to stay open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. through September. So they should probably get some good use out of those because we are going to be staying warm for a little while longer.
I'm going to date myself, but when I was growing up, I don't remember splash pads existing. No, it's a relatively new thing,
yeah,
right?
Man, we turn the water hose on out in the yard, man, run through the sprinkler.
Yeah, bust the fire hydrant open.
Yeah, I wouldn't
showing a little bit of
vandalism like that. But
yeah, showing a little bit of our age difference here, because I remember quite a few splash pads. We go to like a little river walk area. You'd have that area of just kids running around.
Did you just call us old?
She did, folks. She definitely
you ever heard
did.
of slip and slide? Do you remember those?
I do, yes.
Okay.
I had a couple of those growing up.
Yeah, you've never done a slip and slide until you have like scars.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
From the rocks in the yard or whatever. Yeah, just good old slip and slide. But a lot of things for hog fans, I guess, to be excited about from the weekend, right?
For sure, yeah, especially after this past weekend, which was one to remember down in the state capitol, but not quite picture perfect. We'll check out where the Hogs are looking to improve this weekend.